Oh, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Uh, uh, uh. Hello. I hope everyone's as well. Ah, it's raging loop. I'm raging my loop. I need to turn down my quality on my stream manager. I hope everyone's well. I am. I'm I'm onion. It's onion. It's onion with fries. This is insane. This is great news. I hope you're well. Yeah, this time next week I'll be getting ready for my gig. That's a little scary, but also very exciting. I need to, after this stream, I'm gonna print out some stickers. And hopefully I can do a bit of practicing today, but my fingers hurt. And like, I don't want to practice while my fingers are sore, because what if that makes it worse? But yeah, that's exciting. Anyways, we're raging loop. Yeah, let's go. We're getting very close to the cutoff point, I think. So if we reach the cutoff point, like, early in the stream. This is always too loud and I can't think. If we reach the cutoff point early in the stream, I don't know what I want to do. Because I don't think I want to just stop streaming. I think I'll probably stream something else. I could do Persona 3 Reload. That's kind of safe. I could do No Sleep for Kaname Date from either Somnium Files. I could do Higurashi. What else? What else? What else is there? What else exists? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, I could play. I could play Mad Father. I've got that, and I was intending to stream that, but I never got around to it. I could do that. Maybe that's what will happen. Maybe this is the plan. Okay. Plan get. Alrighty. So last time we got pretty far in, and well, Haruaki is like, he's like, okay, I'm gonna try and escape this place with Meiko, and Chiemi. And was he like, and anyone else who wants to come as well, like he'll bring them? I don't remember if that was his intention. But yeah, so he's like, yeah, I'm gonna escape this place with these two. And then Haruaki gets up and finds everyone, and oh, what's his name? The teenage boy and Haru-chan are like, they've got Meiko like with them. They're like, she's coming with us. And then Tae and what's his name? It's something. It's not Takumi. It's the teenage boy. But anyway, they are the wolves. They are the Among Us imposters. I need to make sure Pyrite. I need to make sure Pyrite's here. I need Pyrite for mission of support. If my Discord will work. Ah. It'd be really cool if my Discord worked. Oh, my... My... my Discord on my phone isn't working, wait. This is crucial. I have to open Discord on my PC. No, I don't want Marvel Rivals shop. I'm raging. I'm straight up raging my loop. Okay. We are going to go. Okay, let's go. Ooh! Ooh! Okay. This one. Load.
そんなもんは上藤吉の方々が私たちをバカにしてから考えたもんじゃと思ったのよね。
Trying to scroll up, trying to scroll up, trying to scroll up. Okay, so... she's talking about the story behind the wolves and stuff. And I think... I don't remember if she actually said something. Angered loop, enraged loop. I don't remember if she said something. Or if this is just where my thought process was going. Like, the wolves might be the good people. Like, that's like what the actual true like law is. The wolves are the only good people, and everyone else is bad. Okay, let's go.
だけどそうじゃない。本当じゃと親鸞様は加護をくださるとともにそう言われなさった。
I miss old man who cried wolf.
じゃからね、ちいちゃん。あたしらはみんななきにしてやらねばならんかったのよ。
Yeah, I miss his live reactions. I can still hear him going, "Oh, Kami." I don't know the rest of what he says. I just, "Oh, Kami."
つらかったけどもね。匠も苦しそうにしとったけれど。
Yeah, what the hell?
でもこうしてやらねば読み人は救われんと。親鸞様は言われるのよ。
Okay, I need this game to do the visual novel thing where they recap what everyone just said like 5 seconds ago, because 5 seconds ago was 2 days ago for me. Saya Yamawaki was crying. Alright. So she was now a confirmed culprit who believed the murders to be salvation. There were just 2 more points I didn't understand. The corruption, and the eerie message. Most things made sense if you switched Shinai-sama's enemies and allies. The idea that people wearing those outfits could be the good guys was kinda weird, but well, that was the culture here. Or maybe only the Yomibito, me too, saw them as evil. Maybe that was the story here. The problem here was that... I have a cup of tea. Jeremy didn't know this. Yasunaga. I was thinking it was a Yasu name, but I'm like, it's not Yasuke. That's Assassin's Creed. So even Yasunaga-kun didn't know about it. I remembered some of his words.
学校の先生の受け売りですけど、思想を与えればいいんじゃないですか?
So you, a wolf, was saying this. Wow.
要は、 自分たちのしていることが正しいと思えればいいんじゃないかって。
Wow. He really hated lies, didn't he? He basically told me the truth of things. This feast actually had a system that made zealous murderers of people. Whatever, enough about Yasunaga
な
Oribe.
ぜハルちゃんは知ってた？
Yeah. She was glad when she realized Yasunaga Oribe was a wolf. Basically, she already knew the real story, that the wolves were the good guys. Why? Who told her?
狼様が私に教えてくれた。おじいちゃんが死んだ日に私の夢に出てそう教えてくれたんだ。
Sorry, I'm moving my mic around. Nonsense. Insanity. Did she seriously decide to throw her life away over a dream? But on the day Oji-chan died, he died the night before Haru-chan tried to run away from the settlement. She believed the dream. She started to despair over being surrounded by Yomibito and planned to escape. That made sense.
でもタイバーはきっと正しい言い伝えを知ってると思った。タイバーが知らないはずないって。なのに言い出さないからもしかしたらって思ってたし、兄ちゃんは二人で話した時もしかしたらって思って。
It all clicked. She believed. Speeve. Pyrite! Hello, 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 hello. She, Speeve. She believed. She believed the sudden revelation, despite a lack of proof, and that the man she liked was in the minority that had justice on their side. Right now, she said she would betray the humans and join the wolves. But yeah, I was talking about, just before, I was talking about what I will do if I finish this early. I might play Mad Father. That might be what I do. It's either that or Persona 3 Reload, probably. Yeah. Right now, she said she would betray the humans and join the wolves. She believed Yasunaga Oribe was right with all her heart. Wazigu! That's me. And so, the wolf Yasunaga Oribe had 3 votes for the feast.
知恵姉とメイコが僕に投票しても、僕を殺すことはできない。
Boy, I can think of other ways to kill you.
ルールを曲げて不採士さんを宴に呼んでも3票だ。決選投票をしても1人に選ぶことはできない。かくして2人とも欠けることなく、
Wow.
狼の勝ちです。楽勝でしたね。
Saw it clearly now. I understood.
春秋さん、それって。
そうだね。安永くんの言う通りだ。ちえみたちの、いや、僕たちの負けだ。
Everyone had different reactions to my words. Chiemi backed away and gasped. Yamawaki closed her eyes and sighed. Meiko didn't seem to understand anything. Meh! Getting bullied by an old lady and a high schooler. Yeah. Truly. Yasunaga Oribe didn't react at all. Haru Makishima was smiling. Oh man. All I really had left was struggling like the filthy, annoying adult I was.
はるちゃん。
何よ。あ、兄ちゃん。この不採士さんはどうなるの？
I'm nice. You can spare me. Yeah, Haru's sweet angel forever. I really like her. I really like that she's she is a teenage girl and she has complicated feelings. I really like that.
このまま何も関わらないのならば、僕は 無視する。
I'm going to interfere.
そう。
That relief just now? Sorry, but I couldn't enjoy my sudden jump in popularity.
なきにせいでもええのかね。
Hey.
必要なら、親内様がどうにかするさ。
That dispassionate tone didn't do much to convince me he truly believed this ridiculous
で
superstition.
も、黙ってはいないのでしょ。
Stop with the scary face!
さあね。正直、そっちが善玉なら、読み人側に手を貸すのも微妙って気はしてきたし。
He's so cute. He's so cute. Look at him. Yeah, I've had just some pats go around. Some pats here and there. I'm generous.
春明さん。
思ったより薄情なんですね。
都会人の合理性とでも思ってくれれば？
見損なった。とは言いませんよ。正しい判断です。とても正しい。
Big words.
ちょっと、そんなのないでしょ。あなたあれだけ JNA のことが好きとか言っておいて見捨てるの？
Good point. Well, yeah, I was pretty damn cold-blooded.
痛いところを突かれるばかりでも不愉快だから、反論しちゃおうかな。はるちゃんよ。
何を？
わかってると思うけど、君は死ぬぜ。それで、いいんだよな。
This was pretty damn bad, honestly. Apparently, this great Lord Shinai was a huge scumbag. You should have told her that much.
君に聖典を教えたところで、君が人側であることに変わりはない。
Can a human and a wolf truly fall in love?
君は狼になったわけではないだろう。匠さんや野里さんを殺したわけではないだろ
殺してないけど。
う。なぜだか知らないが、君は聖典を知ってしまっただけのただの人だ。だから人が負けるということは、君も死ぬということだ。二人きりの時の話で、安永くんが狼である可能性に思い当たったと言っていたね。安永くんがミスでそんなことをするとは思えないから、きっと君の挙動不審から、君がそういう役回りだと感づいて、それで自分の正体を確定させないままに誘導して、君が誘いに乗るかどうかを試したんじゃないかと思うわけだけど、狼はそういう役回りの人がいることを知っていたということじゃないのかな。
それがどうした？
He actually said that. This was the part where he was supposed to start lying. By not denying that, you basically admitted that you were an absolute scumbag who used Haru-chan knowing you'd have to kill her. He was that bad at lying? Then how did he survive so long? Wait. Something was very wrong. I'd seriously misunderstood something here. And soon enough, my hunch was proven right. The haruaki of long explaining.
ほんと。
Eh?
それがなんだってのかしらね。
Oh, okay. Okay, she's cool with this. Haru-chan... Haru Makishima's voice was brimming with joy. Seven streak, yay! She's like, get off him. Yeah, stop. Stop doing, stop. Is this allowed? A carefree smile, laced with seductive intoxication.
読み人はくくられなきゃならない。
Yeah, she's just here. Don't forget about Taeba, by the way.
汚れた。醜い。おぞましい私たちには。狼様の渦と爪だけが救いなの。
Oh.
誰だってわかるわ。そんなこと。だから、兄ちゃんは、香織さんを手にかけたんだもんね。
Third world old lady.
お母さんを幸せにするために。
ああ、
Oh.
その通り。
Rice hopping into the stream like every now and then and being like, what the fuck? Fourth wheel haruaki. Yeah, that's just a car.
兄ちゃん春も幸せにして
Brother, it's crashing if Haruaki's involved. Yeah, you lost them both. You lost them both. But she's still here. We still got a gilf. And look, she's lonely. Haru Makishima coquettishly leaned on him. Yasunaga Oribe brought her closer without even a flicker of emotion crossing his face. Taya Yamawaki watched them with a broad smile. What? What the hell? What were these people? Haru may be weak to D-chans.
知恵ねどうするおとなしくするなら救ってあげる
Oh my god. I underestimated it. I underestimated the madness of Yasumizu. And I realized too late that the Feast of the Yomi Purge wasn't just a system where zealous murderers killed each other. There was something here that completely shattered the people on a fundamental level. It was like a gear of madness. Beat 'em up, Haruaki. Those who knew the real story found salvation in death. That insane tale instantly convinced people that it was right to agree and to find peace in that. And I was actually surrounded by those very people. Understanding that made me remember. That she was from here too. Giami was trying to take a step forward. I should have realized this earlier. She, who was afraid of God, was just like them, who accepted their salvation. Both brands of madness probably had roots in the exact same thing, so she was just as susceptible to madness as they were. However, it wasn't too late for her. Yasunaga Oribe's expression stayed the same. But right before I looked away from him, I saw a slight change. It was bitterness, irritation, something out of place on a victor's face. That made me realize that his plan for this scene wasn't lost to madness. Then I had no choice but to take advantage of the opportunity. I grabbed Chiemi's hand. I pulled with so much force that she fell on her backside, but I didn't care. I dashed past her. And swung my weapon at Yasunaga Oribe! Ooh! I forgot about the stick. I hit Haru Makishima once. Yamawaki twice. Whoa! And Yasunaga Oribe 5 or 6 times. Then I ran to Chiemi and Meiko, who were completely dumbfounded and fled the hall. There was no time to waste. I had to hurry up and escape. If I didn't, I'd waste the one chance he'd given me. Yeah, why you say fuck Haru-chan?
なあちえみ
何
あの安永君ってのは本当に頭が良くてやがるな
何のこと
お手って痛いクロちゃん
Oh yeah. Ooh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, this goes hard. Jingle jangle. It's my jingle jangle song. I was probably irritated, and not just because of hunger. It was because of the epiphany I'd had. And because it had taken me so long to reach it, Yasunaga Oribe had a different motive.
芹沢千恵美に惚れている君は彼女だけは手にかけたくなかった。そして残っていた合理的思考でわずかでも彼女を救う可能性があるのは脱出しかないと判断した。しかし大っぴらに脱出を認めれば他の全員に汚れが及ぶがゆえに、僕が全員を叩きのめして無理やり連れて行ったという形を取らざるを得なかったということなのだろう。くそ。
Huh? Is he like, oh, this is all Yasunaga's master plan? He wants me to do this? Is that... If he didn't intend to let me run away, he wouldn't have thrown away the sickle. He was basically signaling for me to understand and finally attack him. In the end, he was far more clever than me. I never stopped dancing to his tune. Regardless of— no, exactly because of that. I had to help these two people escape no matter what.
なんせ大人だからな。
By the way... yeah, by the way, using an adult without relying on one yourself was a very adult thing to do, Yasunaga Oribe. Good luck with the rest. We crossed the field paths, went past the stone graves, and over the boundary. Descending the cliff took a lot of patience. It didn't seem like they were chasing us, so we could go down carefully. Chiyomi's expression was dead. She'd been hit hard by a sudden revelation. The game board had been flipped on her, she'd lost, and now she had to suddenly say goodbye to her old friends. It was hard to just laugh that off. Should I have told her about Yasunaga-kun's intentions? I did consider it, but I couldn't bring myself to. He chose to save her by sacrificing their relationship. If she knew, she'd probably want to go back to the settlement. I don't understand. This feels like... So this is all part of Yasunaga's plan because he wants Chiyomi to be saved. I don't... Or maybe I just didn't want to say it because of my pride as a man. That was fine by me too. Being able to shrug off such unfairness was one of the blessings of adulthood. So I consoled Chiyomi, shouted to Meiko to be more careful, and generally talked as much as I could. The mist grew even denser.
ねえ、
Go the
チエミ
fog. Oh, Kami!
もう村の外って言ってよくない？
そうかも。
やったぞ。ほら、何事もなく抜けられた。
あははは。やった？
Yatta!
そうそう。さあ、川を下って町に戻ろう。
川、どっち？
I couldn't see anything. I hadn't just lost my bearings. It was worse than that. I couldn't even see Chiyomi or Meiko's faces, and I was actually holding their hands. That's what he thinks! Until he lifts his hand, actually it's dismembered hands, and then man door hand hook car door. We were already at the bottom of the cliff, walking on the stones below. We heard water, so it was clear we were close to the river. But I didn't know if we could keep going right now.
ちょっと休もうか。
無理よ。
チエミ、
I thought she was gonna freak out again, but
違うの。
she stopped me.
聞こえないかな。水音以外に何か。
Confused, I strained my ears.
何か聞こえる？
No, not Wang Wang!
追ってきてる。
They were acting strange. I strained my ears again. Wang Wang! Wang Wang! I finished my tea. Was it above us? Was it among us? I could hear the faint sound of rustling leaves from the top of the cliff.
逃げなきゃ。
One!
もう疲れた。
Meiko, I'll carry you!
ハルアキさん、メイコちゃんを。
The intensity in Chiyomi's voice made me take the situation seriously. What if the sound was just the wind, though? Was she jumping at shadows? But I would have been lying if I said I wasn't worried. After all, the question remained unanswered, and according to the legend, this was their HQ. Wait, they were the good guys, right? Still, this wasn't a normal place. I had to get out of here ASAP. After a while, I was forced to recognize the anomaly. We couldn't reach the river. I ran along the riverbed. It should have been small, just a few meters wide. But even after 10 minutes of running, there was no sight of the river. We couldn't get anywhere. It was just like a loop! Ring Wanderung? What is that? Boy, you could have just said the loop. They gotta explain what this is, but... No, this is a Japanese girl group! I looked it up. Boy. This is just like my favorite Japanese girl group. A phenomenon where people wandering snowy peaks lose their sense of direction and just end up walking in circles. However, even if my sight was limited, how could anyone get lost on such a small riverbed? It's because the loop is raging. Oh my god, watch out! I could hear the stream right next to me. This felt so wrong. I was as good as blind. All I could trust were my ears, but that just made me realize how useless that was to rely on. I trusted my sense of direction less with every passing second. So, the sounds of parting grass in the distance, the sound of claws stepping on the rocks. I felt like they were getting closer. I couldn't be certain. Eventually, we slowed down. The others didn't say anything, but they were clearly exhausted. We hadn't eaten for days, not to mention the dense mist made our clothes all uncomfortably damp and cold. We walked along the riverbed without uttering a single word. The sound of water wasn't getting closer, but something else sure was. Something. Things I didn't know scared me. The chill and the fear strangled me like a garrote.
Garrote.
Garrote. So, it's a verb. Kill someone by strangulation, especially with a length of wire or cord. The noun, a wire cord or other implement used for garroting. That's really useful. That's really useful. Like a garrote as I carried Mirko, passed out from exhaustion on my back. How long has it been like this? Suddenly the hand I was dragging became heavier. Chiyomi had stopped.
Haruaki-san.
Chiyomi-chan. She called my name through the mist.
何かな?
I tried to sound lighthearted, but I wasn't confident I'd pulled it off.
もうダメだこれ。
Her voice suggested the image of a grim smile.
何を言ってんだ?
Unlike before, I couldn't manage the defiant tone I'd used whenever she said something stupid. Raging goop! Whoa. It was true, that something unnatural was happening and that there was no simple explanation. And Chiyomi was wearing down both physically and emotionally.
ちょっと休もう。それで進めば、すぐ抜けられる。大丈夫だ。
He's so cute, he's so cute.
ダメだよ無理だよ。
どうして？
あのね、私がいたらきっと川を越えられないんだ。
Yeah, he needs the pats. What? That was like...
だって言ってたじゃん。読み人は私たちの方だって。だから
彼岸を渡れないとでも言うつもりか。
だって私小さい頃からずっと休みずのものを食べてきた。それに私は汚れてるから。
ちえみ、
見ないで。
Turned around and pulled her by the arm. I looked at her face from point blank range. It was covered in brown and yellow blisters. Or I could even be surprised or disgusted I just kissed her. Yucky! The sugary taste of- sugary! Oh my god. Oh my god. Boy! The sugary taste of blood, pus, and rust filled my mouth and spread throughout my throat. I didn't care. Wow. He's really down bad, huh? Then, to discard all unnecessary emotions, I hugged her as hard as I could. My breathing and thoughts ceased. I kept it up until the pain began to fade. Then disappeared completely. Girl like her. Real girl likers will look us even through the blood and pus and rust. Eventually our lips were separated again. She prioritized words over breaths.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。本当。ごめん。
Even so, I hugged her tight. I couldn't lose to something so ridiculous. She weakly hugged me back, but she couldn't keep it up for long.
行こう。
だから、
行こう。
The presence in the distance was definitely closing in. We walked. I felt like I'd been walking for several hours now. Our pursuers were close now, but I had no intention of rushing. My voice. Okay. Chiemi was slowly but surely getting weaker by the second. Her speed slackened with each step, and the weight on my arms was becoming heavier. I could hear her cough and vomit something out. Is she gonna cough up wolf fur? She apologized every time she did, and I basically replied with "it's alright," using different words every time. What the hell? We walked. Jimmy's feet began to make wet sounds with every step. We walked. Maybe we'd actually been here for only a few minutes? We walked. Chiyomi kept apologizing. Maybe we haven't even moved a single meter. We walked. Maybe none of this was real. Then, maybe nothing that happened here would be weird. Eventually, Chiyomi called out to me with a hoarse voice. Nay!
Haruaki-san.
The fact that she said something different had sparked a moment of baseless hope. And so,
ありがと
her gratitude was followed by another wet sound.
う。楽しかった。
With those final words, her weight vanished. It was strange. After all, I was still holding her hand. Or rather, only her hand. Wait, I was right. Oh my god. With a splash, her bodily fluids spread around while her limbs and entrails just collapsed. Chiyomi was gone, leaving behind only her rotting hand. Perhaps her remains were piling up in the mist ahead. I had a strange certainty I couldn't touch it ever again. Was this what they called a yomibito? Couldn't accept this, no matter what. Hashtag part of Chiemi.
何でもいいから、どこか一部だけでも外に
Hashtag
連れてって。
Hashtag part of Chiemi. I put the hand in my jacket pocket. I took Meiko, still sleeping, and shifted my grip to make carrying her easier. I continued walking, for too long. Meiko woke up. She was shocked that Chiemi was gone and cried for a bit, but then said she wanted to walk by herself, so I put her down on the ground. The very next moment, she was dragged in the mist. Looks like I'm perfect to get the hand. It was clearly a malicious force that did that. To me, it looked like a furry arm. A scream resounded. It was an inhuman, animalistic scream. After hesitating for a moment, I turned to run and caught a glimpse of something beastly within the mist Meiko had disappeared into. I ran. And ran. Suddenly, I felt myself step into something wet. I had arrived at the river. It was meaningless. I'd lost everything. And in the end, only I survived.
私の何でもいいから、どこか一部だけでも外に連れてって。
I love when visual novels do this. And they repeat something over and over. It's really funny. Was there any meaning in fulfilling that promise? No. The meaning was for me to find. That was why I had to survive and find a forest. Yeah. Still had that hope back then. They finally broke through the mist and showed themselves. Haru-chan has been working on fursuits for Tae and Yasunaga. And now she's like, guys, this is the perfect chance to try him out. Oh. Of course. This really was hell, wasn't it? This wasn't the human realm or nirvana. It was a river of hell, so of course both sides of it were gonna be hell. There was no splash when we threw Takumi-san's body in, was there? The moment we went into the mist and down the cliff, our bodies vanished from the world and reached a place from which there was no return. And I finally had no choice but to accept it. As someone who had taken in the flesh and blood of Yomibito, Chiemi, I couldn't escape either. That was why I screamed stupidly, only managing to run a few steps before their sinister claws tore me apart. Damn it. Where had I gone wrong? Descending into Saranaga? Not believing Chiemi when she told me we couldn't escape? No, it went back even earlier than that. I already knew the answer. Ugh, shit. I really wished I'd been part of Yasumizu and participated in the feast of Yomi Purge. Maybe I could have gotten a different ending than this. I'm so angry about this loop that I'm in. I'm raging! That is the last thought that went through my mind before all faded away. Yeah! Woohoo! Oh. 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 Okay, so there's I can think of at least one place where I can make a different decision. But I don't know when it's gonna ask me to stop. Oh man, I'm so excited. I really like this game. I love this game even, perhaps. Prepare yourself for the next feast. Raging loop. Raging loop, woes and claws. No way. Oh my god. Go my loop. Sink into nirvana. Ending number 1. Should I watch the hint corner? I kind of want to watch the hint corner. Is the hint corner always just kind of like, is it like, you probably should have done this? Is that ever like, is it like bad to do it? And when will it tell me to stop? Will I know? I'm gonna do the hint corner. I wanna see.
よう大将、まずはお疲れさんだな。
Hey!
最初のメインルート、読みはこれで終了だ。達成感とラブラブな空気に存分に浸るがいいぜ。
I should have it on. I should have that setting on.
無理かよ。せっかくテンション上げてやったのによ。まあ無理もねえか。とんでもねえ鬱な結末だったもんな。が、気合い入れてくれ。より良い結末をお望みなら、力になるぜ。
Thanks, my friend. Owazibito.
今回のバッドじゃないエンド1。題して、知恵ねえと楽しい沢遊びについてだが。
True.
ぶっちゃけ正解だからな。アドバイスはね、
Wow.
よりマシな結末を探すなら、久石春明が言ってた通り、積極的に宴に加わる方法を探すことが大事だ。今回手に入ったキー4を握りしめ、適切な場所に向かうんだ。
Yay.
シナリオチャートを見ればわかるが、これで開く鍵は
Gave you a badge for being cute, but it's ugly. Oh, and they're trying to nerf your cuteness.
言っちまうと、1、起点の振り出しだ。
Ah, Zon. Zon de Zon.
あそこに最初に並んでた鍵付き選択肢がようやくこ
Hashtag my
れで
loop.
開く。新ルート潜入が
Zon de
探索
hello.
可能になるぜ。
Yomigu. I like Wazipito.
より混迷を極める事件に肉薄し、今回の後悔をもう味わわないよう全力を尽くしてやってくれよ、大将。
They're different things? Okay, understood.
つうわけで、今回はここまで。
Yay!
死んでこい。
Yay!
そういう
Guess it was just a dream, right? Well, I got an ending. I got an ending. I kissed Chiemi. Wazibito is the angel on your shoulder and Yomigo is the devil. Okay. Let me just see if they have a thing in here. Okay. And oh, I want to see this. Sink into nirvana. As an outsider, I was both protected and a pariah. Thus, the feast ended in a failure, and the cruel wolves declared their perfect victory. We tried to defy the law and flee the village, but what we found was none other than Yomi itself, apparently. Yomi's body fell apart, while Meiko and I met with supernatural deaths. The result is unacceptable. Either I win in the feast, or... Oh man, there's a lot of keys. Oh man, I'm so excited. Oh man, I've been yesterday and today I've been watching like highlights of Just Venison playing Zero Escape. It's like a every 6 months, like I rewatch his playthrough. It's a tradition. Okay, let's go to the chart. So I Oh.
これって
あ
単なるバカ話じゃないの
Whoa, this is way back. This is way back. There was this. Let's do this. Let's leave Yasumizu. It was probably best to just leave before I got too deep into this and while it was still bright out. Being left out of the feast hardly guaranteed my safety. I couldn't expect anyone to lead me out, but dropping dead in the middle of nowhere seemed better than getting eaten alive here. After making my decision, I wrapped up my conversation with Chiemi and we returned to her room. She gave me some cup ramen, and it looked like she wouldn't tell me why she hadn't let me eat the dining hall's food until I asked. I didn't want to go any deeper into this than I already was, so I didn't ask. Feed me haruakis! We are the haruakis! Please feed us. During lunch, Chiemi went to the bathroom. That was my chance. I took out a notepad, quickly wrote, "Sorry, I'm leaving," on it. Took my stuff and left the room. If it sucks, hit the bricks! Using the mist to my advantage, I passed the inhabitants and headed to the upper parts of the settlement. Alright, I got to the entrance of the mountain path. The road was unpaved and sided by two giant boulders reminiscent of a torii without a top. I could see why everyone was afraid to go beyond this point. The humid mountain forest looked both gloomy and scary. But walking further seemed far less risky than staying in this settlement. I walked ahead. And soon had to stop. The road was ruined. A car would have been useless here. So this was why Mamiya-san and Hashimoto-san couldn't leave yesterday and had to spend the night in the van. However, I wasn't exactly heavy, so getting past this was easy. I had no idea why obstacles like this were enough to hold back video game characters. You could easily walk around it, holy shit! They could have it worse. There was that one game where there was an both an obstacle and an impossible cliff-like miss. Anyway, I kept on walking. Most of the ground here was covered in dead leaves, ferns, and moss, making it really slippery. Met a fourth wall break? Why is a goose so tasty? Tastes like tiger cake? I want tiger cake. Oh. I supported myself by holding onto nearby saplings, but I ended up breaking a few branches. This mountain seemed completely untouched. Fujigoshi's people clearly didn't do any forestry. Came across a very steep slope. Climbing up was impossible. Particularly for tiger. No, there was a cake, like a sponge cake that I got with pyrite, and it had like it looked like it had tiger stripes on it. It was yummy. Climbing up was impossible. I'd come this far avoiding slopes and following the road, but before I knew it, I'd lost sight of the road. Wasn't all that smart, but I decided to keep going up. Logic told me that I'd be closer to Kami Fujigoshi the higher I got. Seriously, what was up with this mist? I couldn't see anything ahead or behind me. I felt like I was swimming through rice water. Rice reference? Or perhaps milk jelly. It seemed like it was heavier than air and too dense to breathe in. I felt like it would congeal around me the moment I stopped moving. What was I thinking? This was reality and this was just a mist. I walked up to the desolate slope and kept walking. I had to constantly remind myself that this was just a mist and this was nothing but reality. I had no idea what happened in the end. He does not know. Bad ending number 4. No. Okay. Okay. This. Huh? Oh. Suddenly a rush of memories flitted into my mind. Remember incident. Right, how did I forget? I'd already experienced this. Wait. Raging loop? This looping phenomenon or whatever. Hey Megadoogles, hello. We just got our first proper ending, or yeah. Yeah. Nails are so long that your phone case color is scratching off. Oh my goodness. Girl, you're a wolf. Oh, Kami. Hold on. Looping. Hold on. Gooping? What the hell? There was no way something like that could... Oh, I need to get that off the screen. I was just gonna keep playing. But... that wasn't it. What else could explain this? Raging goop. Oh, head and hands. Oh. Whoa. How else could I, someone who died once, be alive right now? I had clear memories of getting caught up in some strange incident at Yasumizu and shit, I couldn't remember how it ended. It was like this last time too. My memories were all fragmented. But I did remember that I went to Yasumizu, met the people there, and died. Had I come back here when... or because I died? Sigma and Haruaki to meet? Yeah. 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 That was a ridiculous idea. Sigma would hate him. Sigma male face off. Truly. That was a ridiculous idea, but the pain and fear I felt back then was just so vivid and fresh in my mind that I couldn't simply dismiss it as just a dream or illusion. There was no point in lying to myself. I was here having experienced something that made me sure I died. It was an incomplete memory from the future. I had no idea why I had it, but I definitely did. I had to come to terms with it. Sigma is pure of heart? That's a lie. That's a lie. I had to come to terms with it first and foremost. The gas tank wasn't empty, but my phone couldn't find a signal and was running out of battery, and my throat was a bit dry, exactly like last time. Compared to Haruaki? I mean, I don't know. I don't know everything about Haruaki yet, so... Shrug. That meant that I was about to arrive at... Fresh Mark! Knew it. I really didn't want to meet that employee again, but from what I'd experienced, she was the only one I'd met before going to Fujiyoshi, so avoiding her probably wasn't a great idea. Her attitude was shit, but at least she always did what I asked. Hi, Mark. Though I really didn't want to drive down that unpaved road again. Once again, she greeted her customer in a borderline insane way. It actually made me kind of relieved, and I wanted to believe that was just some trick of the mind. It was just like before. To her, I was just an annoying late-night customer. Oh well, I'd just buy what I wanted.
くださいな。
He's got gloves! He's got his bike gloves on! Cute! Mark.
あ？どんだけ買う気なんだよ。
Yeah, smart. No reason. Yasumizu was just desperately poor and it had me worried. What was the problem? I was the customer. Yeah, even Mark. Can't forget about Mark. With this much stuff, she had to use the register. Still grumbling, she started scanning the barcodes. When she was done, I paid and asked.
近場の人里を目指したいんですけど、地図を見せてもらえませんか？
He's so polite.
あ？地図なんざねえよ。
そこをなんとか。
So, come on, look at that face.
待ってろ。
It worked on her. She went through the staff door.
あったわ。
I knew it.
これがこの店。で、十字路を北へ行け。
ふむふむ。
しばらくしたら立教があっから渡れ。最初の分岐のとこに大岩があっから、そこを右折して、あとは直線。
Jeff.
地図には森しか見えませんが。
I knew that it was. There wasn't even a paved road there. Why'd she recommend the road anyway? If I'd crashed and died, it'd be homicide by negligence.
書かれてねえだけで集落があんだよ。
How do you know? That wasn't a lie. It wasn't weird for Yasumizu to not be on the map. It was a nearly abandoned settlement in the middle of nowhere. Why did she know about it? Did she live in Kami Fujiyoshi or something?
ちょっとバイクじゃきつそうですね。そっちの藤吉村には？
くっそ面倒な峠道で2時間かかんぞ。
Mizy ears are like beautiful cups of tea? Elaborate. Elaborate. I do love my ears. Do not drinking from them. Yeah, it's just wax, bro. It's just wax. Wax and fluff. Like the little teacups old people have. they've been taken because old people are drinking from them. You have to use points to get my cute ears back.
一応メモっといていいですか？
好きにしろよ。
隣の町は
Instant.
山二つ向こう。
Man, I couldn't make any sense of the local distance measurements.
ここいらを深夜に無茶すんのは進めねえぜ。
Oh, she's nice. So many points. Wow. Oh, actual consideration. That was hard to be grateful. She was the one who pointed me in the direction of that shitty road in the first place.
引き返すのも勇気ってやつじゃねえの。
Turning back, huh? Who is this and is she single? I don't know and I don't know.
まあ考えますよ。どうも。
毎度。
Aww.
あ、そうだ。この辺でローカルな飲み物とかってないです？陳列棚には特にはなさそうでしたけど。
いや、そこにねえもんはねえって。
Oh, we're in.
もしかしたらバックヤードにあるかもしれないなと思って。
Good luck, Zonda
あ
Rose.
るわけねえだろ。
まあまあ一応見るだけでも。
He's pushing it. You're pushing it, man. You're gonna get kicked out.
待ってろ。あったわ。
Seriously? She brought me a 500cc bottle with a black liquid inside. Label looked written by hand and said Wild Plant Cola. Live man reaction. How could you ever forget about live man reaction? I expected nothing and got something huge. This place is amazing.
あ、すみません。荷物だいぶ多くなっちゃったんで、荷台にくくるゴムロープみたいなのないですか？
You're a weirdo. Imagine working in this remote location and some guy comes in the middle of the night and buys all this stuff and he's like, I don't have room. I need a rubber rope to tie things onto my bike.
ここはコンビニだぞ。
見てくれるだけでいいんで。
待ってろ。
What is he doing?
あったわ。
Seriously?
せっかくなんで、このメモにあるその他ちょっとしたものたちを一通り見てきてもらえないですか？
いい加減にしろよ、てめえ殺すぞ。
ついに殺すって言った？一応で構いませんから。
He's so cute. He's so cute. Okay. I want to take a short break. I want to get some lunch. What? Oh, I need to move this. There we go. I'm gonna run ads for 3 minutes. And what's for lunch? Salad! Leftover salad. It's really yummy. My mom made it, and it's really yummy. Meow, meow, meow. Okay, I'll be back. Yeah, I was playing a game. I was playing with my little eye, something beginning with H. How's he get correct? Delightful, delightful. Okay, let me. I got my lunch. I got yummy salad. It's got lettuce and it's got spinach and it's got beetroot and it's got capsicum and it's got capsicum and it's got and it's got olives and it's got feta and it's got avocado and it's yummy. Nice music to listen to while you eat a salad. I've got haruaki looking at me and mean lady looking at me while they eat lunch. I'm like, I just walked into the Fresh Mark and started eating a salad and I was just like, what the hell? Mind your business. I can play while I eat. I can. But I'm enjoying my food too much. True pirate. Cabbage is really yummy. I'm almost done. Not really. This is what they say. And you know what happens if Wazugu eats enough salad? Fuck, what's the button? Nope. That's what happens. You are what you eat. I grew another leaf. Oh, sorry, that was kind of an awful noise that my fork made. I could turn pink from all the cabbage. You are what you goo. Almost done, almost done. Why do dreams always end when you wake up? Maybe what if it hasn't ended? Ooh. There's daydreaming. Sorry about any awful fork scraping noises coming through the mic. You go to work and they're like, are you okay? And you're like, sorry, my dream hasn't ended yet. This is how it is. They still haven't cut the power? Oh my goodness. I dropped a cabbage bit. I ate it. They checked your schedule and we'll do it next stream. That's considerate. Oh no. The train hates me. Okay, that was yummy. That was yummy, I want more. This music sounds like I'm not cute anymore.
Mattero! Azaasu!
Oh. Oh, he's growing! He's growing!
Zenbu atto wa! Nan nanda kono konbini?
I felt like she was about to kill me, but I successfully came out with pretty much all I needed. Then I just made a run for it. I opened up the weird wild plant cola. Looking up at the noisy light trap above, I took a sip. It was cool, intense, and had a strange grassy flavor, but wasn't too bad at all. I expected something totally gross, but it was actually a legit drink. Slightly disappointed, I looked at the ingredients. Cola and plant extract. Hold on, cola as an ingredient? Did they just buy cola and mix it in? And plant extract could be anything from fruits to poisonous plants. What the hell? Was this even safe to drink? Well, at least it tasted good. There's a man wearing a tuxedo meowing at me. So awkward. Oh my god. Wow. It was fairly smart to just turn around and drive away. Entering Fujigoshi means death, turn back. Perhaps that's what the loops were trying to tell me. Maybe I ought to listen? But was it really that easy? I had no real grounds for this, but if the cause of this strange phenomenon was somewhere in the village, perhaps I couldn't break out of the loop until I solved the mystery behind it. What would happen if I left then? Would I go on and live out the rest of my days only to die and come back here? Would I return to youth after years of being old? That part didn't sound half bad actually, but was it really something I could just accept so easily? This was just speculation, but what if I actually hadn't moved an inch from that mountain pass? Was everything from then, now, and until death just an antemortem fever, dream, and dying again would just bring me back here? If that's how it was, everything I do with my life from this point onward would be meaningless. Maybe I really should move on only after taking care of whatever was binding me. Also, how could I leave something so strange, unnatural, and incomprehensible and just return to the city? I'm gonna turn back. Until I'd finished my drink, the thing guiding me was my good sense, otherwise known as opportunism. Man, what a weird experience that was. It would make a good campfire story once I made it back where I belonged. I pushed aside my sense that something wasn't right, my anxiety, and my fear, and straddled the seat of my bike. Well, there was another way to look at this. I could try and see whether ignoring it all and running away would actually work. Bye, Loop. Bye. I'm done with Loop. I'm sick of Loop. After all, this might end up being the only way to solve the problem. I turned the key, opened the throttle, pushed the signal to the left, and connected the clutch. Away I went, starting with a left turn. Anyway, I'll go back up the mountain path. I'd had enough of this ride. I'd return to civilization, eat some normal food, get some decent sleep, and live my boring everyday life. Just recognizing how precious those things were was more than enough for me. That made this trip all worth it. A dense mist drifted into view. Boy, look where you're driving! I wanna see the hint corner. I wanna see what he says.
またやっちまったな大将今回もまあいつものあれだちゃっちゃか行くとすっか
Owie. Owie, owie.
今回のバッドエンド6題して U ターンで謎死についてだが
My bike.
バッドエンド4と同じパターンだなダメだろうけど一応試してみたけどうやら簡単に逃げられる選択はねえようだ腹くくった方が良さそうだな
Oh man.
4潜入の9進路を決めよに戻ってまた選ぶ手短だが今回はここまで次も元気に死んでこい
Yay!
そういう
Okay. Okay, come on. Really want plant cola? You can make it. You just have to get cola, and then you have to mow the lawn and get the grass bits from mowing the lawn and put it in the cola, and then you have plant cola. You just have to extract some plant. Oh my god, you're gonna make a concoction. Awesome. Suddenly craving mutton? That poor sassy sheep. You want to eat the smoking sassy sheep. Okay. 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 Hello, hello, hello! Welcome, welcome! We are... We... I got like my first like full ending, and I just, turned back and then got a bad ending. How hungry. Um, can I pass by Fujiyoshi? My loop. As I finished my drink, the idea was barely different from just turning around and leaving. Maybe I could just pass it by? I was curious what would happen if I ignored Yasumizu, Fujiyoshi, and the clerk's warning and simply drove on past. Wait, why would anything happen? I just continued down the road, right? Why did I feel so uneasy then? After thinking for a moment, I had arrived at a mindset of eliminating whatever option seemed wrong. My guess was that this wouldn't take care of the root of the problem, but I was the type who wouldn't believe that until I tried it myself. I turned the key, opened the throttle, pushed straight to the left, and connected the clutch. Away I went, starting with a right turn. Big Sigma is a straightforward person, and Haruaki is a thinking about everything and behaving accordingly person. Yeah. Okay, the tense mountain path continued for a while, though I didn't feel like falling asleep. I was definitely becoming more and more exhausted, both mentally and physically. Even in this jacket, the force of the wind going by was doing a number on my body, especially as I kept onward for over an hour. I did, however, see a sign above my head that said Fujiyoshi. As I decided, I just passed it by, never coming close to Kami Fujiyoshi or Yasumizu. Now I just passed the two mountains and reached the town I was told about. Perhaps I should have been more suspicious of the fact that I'd stopped acting on my heart after that. Maybe I was just so tired I couldn't even make such decisions. I could only remember noticing a strangely dense mist surrounding me. That was when my brain lost all capacity for perception or judgment. Dude, when I go to the UK, I'm gonna see like mist and I'm gonna be like, oh my god, whoa, this is just like raging loop. I'm gonna be insufferable. Okay, I don't need to watch the hint corner. I don't need that sheep telling me that I'm stupid and I died on purpose. Okay, Pirate, I will take you with me. I'm gonna make, you'll tie my shoelaces? Thank you! Man, you know, cause I was gonna hire someone to tie my shoelaces while I'm like in the UK, but that means I have to hire a lot of different people cause we're gonna be moving around. Cause I can't tie my shoelaces on my own. But if Pirate's there yeah, I want to make in my Discord server, I want to make a channel for photos from my trip. Maybe. And I'll post photos there occasionally. I'm thinking about what to bring because I want to bring like a plushie. I could bring my Wazigoo plushie that Pirate got me. That's probably a good idea. I'm also kind of tempted to bring. I'll probably bring a and singular Ave Mushika plushie keychain thing. But yeah, I think I can bring Wazzy plush and take photos with it. Okay. Yeah, the plushie the pirate and Nectarine got me. Yeah! There's a Wazoo plush that is the pirate Nectarine 1. You can get it by... Is it a crane game? Blow machine thing? Yeah. That's how you got it. Skill based. Okay. My loop. Hashtag my loop. My loop. Enter Fujiyoshi through the normal route. Normal style. As I finished my drink, I made my decision. I'd return there. I'd face that tragedy again. Of course, I was curious about this looping phenomenon, but I did recall what I'd thought during my final moments. It was something like, if only I'd handled this better. And for better or worse, this weird looping phenomenon had given me a chance to do just that. If I went about it all a bit better, perhaps I could get a better ending. Oh, I forgot about you guys. Hisako Mamiya, Yudai Hashimoto, Kanzo Makishima, Yoshitsugu Oribe, Takumi Muro. Stop blinking at me! The old man who cried wolf, Chikamochi Kamoshida, Rikako Uematsu, Kaori Oribe, Kyonosuke no Sato, Meiko. Hell, even Yasunaga Oribe, Tai Yamawaki, and Haru Makishima were just victims of some strange superstition. But I, Haruaki Fusaishi, could not delude myself. I was no hero. I had no powers, no convictions. I was just a...
Dilettante.
Dilettante? Really?
Dilettante.
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 Dilettante. I bit my tongue. Ow! I bit my tongue! Eh. I was just a dilettante. My only motivation here was a sense of perfectionism. I was annoyed at how many mistakes I'd made the first time around. Plus, there was a certain attraction I felt toward the unknown. It was an urge foundational to my being. Hello, callers. And I'd be risking my life on its behalf. I wasn't about to pretend I was acting for the sake of others here. Although, Chiemi Serizawa. Though she hated her childhood home, it remained part of who she was, and I wanted to keep that from being tarnished with blood. Aloe vera evening primrose. You're saying words. The wisey tongue, my wisey tongue. That motive was perverse, forceful, selfish, lustful, and filthy. What? So he's like, yeah, I want to... I want to not have her have awful, horrible memories in her childhood home. And that's perverse, forceful, selfish, lustful, and filthy. Boy, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I couldn't let myself forget any of that. I remembered the names of those I'd meet, and what I had to do. Damn, so he like remembers everything. Turned the key, opened the throttle, pushed the signal to the left, and connected the clutch. Away I went, starting with a right turn.
しばらくしたら陸橋があっから渡れ。最初の分岐のとこに大岩があっからそこを右折してあとは直線。
I quickly came across it. I could clearly remember this overpass. The large boulder wasn't new to me either. But I wouldn't take that route this time. I just kept on driving, not lowering my speed for a moment. Full speed ahead! Choo choo! Choco 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 choco. I drove on the winding mountain path. Strangely enough, my fatigue, though present, wasn't too bad and my head was perfectly clear. Because of your drink, I knew which route to take without even looking at my copy of the map. Or maybe I'd driven through here before? Perhaps this wasn't the first choice I'd made, but one of many? I couldn't be sure, and since my memories were so incomplete, nothing was certain. Still, they'd be an asset in the fight ahead. I wasn't going into this unarmed. I could no longer see the moon. If those memories held true, the rain would begin soon.
ここまでよ。
No!
ああ、あれだ。大将、前に動画配信可能範囲のお知らせ機能をオンにしただろ？今のはそれだ。つまり、動画配信が可能なのは、このチャプターまでだ。正確にはこの後、選択肢が出るまでは大丈夫だから、ぼちぼち挨拶やら何やらの準備をしといてくれ。
Yay! Yay, 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 yay! I don't want to stop. Uh, uh, is it morally correct or okay or justifiable to stream raging loop past the cutoff point for recording and uploading videos? Okay, AI overview. Here we go. AI overview. It is not morally correct or justifiable to stream a game past its designated cutoff point, as it goes against the developer's explicit instructions and the potential copyright limitations they have set. I don't give a fuck about AI overview. Oh man. Hmm. I'm reading. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not. I was on the like official like site. I'm not getting spoilers, girl. Okay. Um I need to pee. I need to pee. I need to piss, girl. So I'm gonna do oh gosh. I'm gonna do a short ad break and then I'm gonna go pee. And then we'll get to the end of the cutoff, like we'll get to the cutoff point, and then we'll play Mad Father. I wanna loop. I wanna loop. Oh man. Oh man. I want to loop. I want to loop. But it's okay. It's okay. Okay, alright, alright. We gotta get ready to say goodbye. We gotta get ready to say goodbye to Loop. I drove in darkness, but I could still make out a sign above me. The road wasn't wide, but I decelerated and somehow managed a U-turn. There were no other cars, so no one would complain. We live in a tiger society! I returned and looked at the sign. It said that driving ahead would have led me to Kachihara, while by turning right, I'd find myself in Fujiyoshi. Restart raging loop from the beginning? I'll loop it. I'll loop it. My loop. Hashtag my loop.
ようやくか。
It's not like I'm gonna finish this game off stream. Ah, oh, 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 Chiyomi! Part of Chiyomi! Taunting him with it. Boy, your loop, boy. It was already past midnight, but actually earlier than I thought. A 30-minute drive from this point would lead me to Fujiyoshi, or rather, Kami Fujiyoshi, the place that wasn't too popular among Yasumizu's people. Hashtag my keys. Enter village. Oh, I have to stop now.
お、家だ。
Do I have to stop? Or is he gonna pop up again? Surely he'll pop up. Yeah. My time estimate was more or less right. After 30 or so minutes, I began seeing houses between the hills and the trees. I eventually left the forest and could see as well as anyone could in the middle of the night. It was already raining and I knew it'd only get worse. I had to do something before that happened. There were next to no city lights and not a single house I could see was lit up either. However, unlike Yasumizu, the destitute place where most of the houses had been built from wood, the houses here were modern. The road was well paved too. I could even see some bus stops and vending machines, emphasizing that this was modern Japan.
宿があるとしても、この時間に突然素泊まりができるとは思えないな。
Some would think there was a way for me to at least get a roof over my head, but I knew that was just a city dweller misconception. Same went for the idea that rural folk were nice enough to let you stay if you just asked nicely. That was just pure delusion. In actuality, rural areas were subject to local legends and traditions, with many of the residents believing good, peaceful lives were only possible thanks to their protection. Of course, that wasn't always wrong, but that was also the reason why many rural people were so cold to outsiders. Hell, this was a village so behind the times it still had a settlement for the ostracized, which they discriminated against so badly. This place was probably even more insular than your average rural village. They wouldn't take kindly to an outsider like me and would probably be wary the entire time I stayed here. I could only imagine how strongly they'd react if some brown-haired man suddenly drove in on a bike and... Is it against the law to go on a little ride on my motorbike? Is it a crime to do this? Was I some sort of idiot? Like the city boy I was, I just went in there thinking it'd all just work out. Now I'd caught the attention of a police officer. Well, I doubted he'd arrest me or anything, but the fact that there was some weirdo who invaded the village in the middle of the night would spread among the people here in less than a day. Now I'd be treated like a criminal if I wanted to talk to anyone here. The officer looked middle-aged, but what stood out about him was the fact that he seemed like the most generic meathead old man from the countryside. He told me to sit down here and wait until he came back. I could only imagine the chewing out I was in for. Still, I was pretty sure that passing Kami Fujiyoshi was one of the main conditions here. I could clearly remember. Go! My Chiemi! Pat, 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 pat. Pat, 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 pat. Pat, 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 pat. Pat, 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 pat. Goodbye, my Chiemi. I pressed the wrong button. I had memories of this. Hisako Mamiya and Yudai Hashimoto came there through the normal route, and they weren't considered a problem. They died on the first day of the feast, but that wasn't because they were outsiders, they just violated the feast's rules. They either hadn't cleansed themselves, sheltered all alone, or dreamed. My assumption was that before it had all happened, they'd stayed at an inn in Kamifujiyoshi. They'd only come to Yasumizu on that day for the sake of an article. Unfortunately for them, the mists came and the landslide happened, making it impossible for them to go back to Kamifujiyoshi by car. Then everyone started sheltering, and no one came to help them. You're poking! Oh my god! I'm getting poked! I'm getting poked! Yeah, even Takumi-san tried to cut me off because I was an outsider. Giving me a way to survive, however improvised, was probably a huge risk for Chiemi. I had to keep that in mind. Back to the journalists, though. I'm getting poked! I'm getting poked! They'd ended up abandoned in the village plaza, clueless about what was happening. What had they done then? They'd obviously chosen to spend the night in the van. I had no idea how Hashimoto-shi and Mamiya-san fit in there together, but since they hadn't slept alone, they'd broken the shelter rule. Poke, poke, poke. Hell, I wasn't sure if the van was a valid source of shelter to begin with, even if locked. That was probably why Hashimoto-shi's body was found with the van. And since Hisako Mamiya had probably roamed around at night, she'd broken the dream rule. No, stop poking, I'm getting poked! I had no idea why she'd gone outside, but it could have been something simple such as nature calling or a search for a better place to sleep. Of course, as a journalist, she might have smelled a scoop in this ominous village and gone out to gather info. Not to mention they couldn't have taken a bath in their situations, so they obviously hadn't cleansed themselves. Oh, Kami. And so she died at the hands of that thing. Now about what had happened to me. I died once after leaving the outdoor toilet. Dying because I'd gone outside was understandable, but honestly I wasn't sure if that toilet even counted as inside. I'd bet that it didn't. And of course I hadn't bathed or slept, so I broke all the rules. And yet I'd survived. What had made my situation different then? It was whether I'd been found by that thing or not. Upon seeing me, it had recognized me as a rule breaker and executed me. So you can get away with breaking rules as long as no one catches you, just like real life. But when it hadn't found me, I'd survived despite breaking all the rules. That meant that the sheltering law was simply a method meant to keep the werewolf-like thing from finding you. The time I'd survived, it had tried to force its way in, but failed. Nothing had happened to me because I was locked in, but if the lock was broken or something, I'd have been found and killed easily. Hooked. Basically, you could avoid the monster by just properly locking yourself in somewhere. Meh. Meiko was proof of that. She was a lost child who'd come from the hated Saranaga, but she'd survived all the way up to the end without succumbing to the corruption. That meant the important thing there was to get a lockable residence in Yasumizu with a bath. And that was exactly why arriving via the normal route was necessary. If I'd come from Saranaga again, most of the inhabitants would treat me with distrust and discuss driving me away. But if I was a person who'd arrived through Kamifujiyoshi for whatever reason, they'd be willing to accommodate. Meiko was probably only given a place because she was young and because Rikako Uematsu had protected her. I couldn't expect similar treatment. She has little girl plot armor. Yeah, little girls have this. Rikako Uematsu preemptively gave a house to Meiko? To a small child like her? That made it seem like she knew the mists and the feasts would come. I'd think more on that later though. It could be that she'd given her a key right after the mists came. Anyway, if I could be like Meiko and get a proper place I could stay in, I'd have the right to participate in the Feast of the Yomi Purge. I'd be able to listen to the talks myself instead of relying on Chiemi, and be able to contribute my own thoughts. I'd also learned much more about the feast. That'd mean a lot considering that some people there, especially the elders, wouldn't want to talk about Yasumizu's problems to those outside the feast. A part of me wanted to avoid another tragedy, but Part of me that wanted to find out what was behind this mystery was equally strong. Oh, Kami! That monster, and the thing that allowed me to still be here. This looping phenomenon were the main mysteries here. I'm having as much fun as I can with stream stuff before I have to stop streaming it. Though I did have some questions about the monster. It hadn't found me when I'd locked myself in the toilet. It was probably just curious why it was locked. Maybe it needed to go! Could a monster with wolf head just track me by scent? Why did it half-ass the job? Hooked. Its failure to eliminate me only made the inhabitants more suspicious of me. There were no feast laws regarding outsiders. That was why it was best for us to just not be present. Looking at the current laws, those who didn't have a place to stay were outsiders and they had to be removed because of that. The system worked fine for the most part, but then there was me, a proper breach. If that monster meted out the corruption, it was on the side of Great Lord Shinnai. As such, it should have used some divine powers or whatever to address the problem. Also, it seemed to me like they'd had the power to unlock doors. Man, this was getting confusing. Last time, the wolves were Yasunaga Oribe and Tai Yamawaki. According to legend, they had been replaced by wolves who'd come back from the dead, but the story was completely different. They said they were normal people who had wolves as their guardians. That meant that the thing couldn't have been Yasunaga-kun or Taiyo-san. It was more like an agent of the same side as whatever granted them their powers. I had no idea why they were granting the protection of the guardians, but from what I could tell, guardians were like fragments of divine power. And if you were on the same side as the one who granted those powers, couldn't you just use the unlocking power whenever you wanted? Why would a supernatural being make such a careless mistake? Any assumptions made beyond this point would just be grasping at straws, and bias my observations. I'd just stop here for now. Anyway, it was imperative I got myself a place to stay. Ow! What was I doing here anyway? I'd been theorizing about this and that for almost half an hour now. Dawn was close. I only had a little over 10 hours until the mists came, and I had to find a secure place to stay within that time. That was hard to begin with, but as things stood, it was outright impossible. Did I have to run away? What if I just ran away to Yasumizu, said I came from Kamifujiyoshi like it was no big deal, and asked them to let me live there? Well, they had enough imagination to suspect me. I definitely needed someone from Kamifujiyoshi to vouch for me, and for that I had to find something that could turn this around. I looked around the police box. A tidy desk, a rotary phone. This felt like the place of an officer from the mid-20th century. There were wanted posters on the walls. Oh, they'd caught that guy. One of the men even had the look of a criminal. And that one, serial killer, eh? And it was possible he was lurking in the area, huh? That was pretty freaky. Finally, I heard some noise. My bullshit senses are tingling a little bit. Men wearing tuxedos staring at me so awkward. Ew, get a job! Get away from her! Finally I heard some noise. Door opened and the officer returned.
いい度胸じゃねえか。
逃げてよかったんですか？
ああ
He wasn't one to mess
い
around.
え、別に僕に後ろ暗いところはありませんので。
名前は
夫妻師春明です。工房の棒に岩石の石で夫妻師。太陽のように明治の明で春明。
Oh, that little meow meow.
ふさいし。変わっとる名前だな。まさか偽名じゃなかろうな。
Does this look like the face of someone who would tell a lie? No. Rude.
東京もんか。
ええ、まあ、そうですけど。
It's like anyone weird was from Tokyo to them. Some serious stereotyping there. He was right though.
年は
24です。
ああ仕事は
学生ですよ。
大学か。頭が良うても常識はないな。
I just drove on the road at night. That was so unfair. I wanted to talk back so badly.
で、なんで来た？
He lowered his voice a bit. That was the main matter here, and how he treated me would change depending on my answer. Haruaki weirdo fusaishi. Yeah, this is true. What angle did I have to take? I mean, that's a lie. I mean, is it a lie? I mean... You know, like, you know? After, you know? Hmm... Mm. I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna tell a fib. I'm gonna tell a little fib. I had an
実
idea.
は、その、
なんだ？言え。
心に決めた女性が、この辺りにいるって聞いて、追ってきたんですよ。
There. He acted like he didn't care, but he was definitely interested. Here in human society, love stories were a supreme form of entertainment, and a good excuse for doing all sorts of weird things. Anything was possible when a girl or guy was involved. Wow. He's bisexual. Good for him.
そりゃあ、そうは言うても、ここいらで東京行っとったもんがおったとは。
I like Haruaki.
いえ、会ったのは別の場所で。
ほう。
あれは僕が鳥インフルエンザの後遺症で軽井沢に静養に行った時。
No, stop it. You're losing him. And so, I wove for him a dramatically majestic story of how I'd grown close to the woman I dedicated my life to. Cop was really into it. He looked like he didn't care at first, but by the time I got to the part where she first invited me to her house, he displayed a childlike enthusiasm. Eventually we became true lovers, but she said she couldn't throw away her childhood home, which led to a tearful goodbye. At that point, the cop was fully invested in the girl returning back home.
それで君は都会を捨ててこっち来る決意をしたと。ほう。
Ho! 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 He smiled. He smiled. He smiled like he was about to pat me. Cute, 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 cute. Oh, I definitely captured his heart.
しかし、そんな若い娘おったか？なんつう子だ。
Heading to Japan to
君の
find.
フィアンセは。
There it was. Everyone in rural areas knew each other, so trying to make up a person wouldn't get anywhere. That wasn't a problem for me. I had the perfect name in mind.
芹沢千恵美って子です。
帰れ。
え？
帰れ。今すぐ出てけ。すぐ。
He stood up and approached me so menacingly, I felt like he was about to attack me. In the end, he jumped on his scooter and led me to some crossroads, clearly intent on getting me as far away from Fujiyoshi as possible. I was now heading toward the so-called Kachihara area. The rain had already stopped, but it was tiring to drive along the still slick asphalt. I knew Chiemi and Fujiyoshi were distant, to say the least, and since she'd been out of the village, they couldn't have known what she'd been up to. I thought that'd make my story more believable, but what the hell was that reaction? The thing that had set him off was Chiemi's name. What if that's his daughter? She told me she almost killed someone with a bat. Was her reputation that bad? Even if it was that the right reaction to make? You'd expect something like, I really think you shouldn't, and the like. Was it because she was from Yasumizu? That'd make sense. If they didn't want outsiders to know about Yasumizu, it'd make sense for them to chase away anyone coming to meet her. But that only made them look more suspicious. Anyway, what now? Maybe I'd try coming back again after getting some rest at the nearest town. But from what I could tell, entering Yasumizu from Kami Fujiyoshi wouldn't be as easy as I'd first thought. The fatigue was getting the better of me. I knew it was a good idea to stop, but no, I actually didn't know it. I wasn't able to think straight. Girl, the mist! Girl, the mist! Now, was it artificial? No, that didn't make sense. My mind was hazy and I could no longer make sense of anything. Girl, the mist! Girl! Oh! Oh! Taboo name. Oh. Am I allowed to still be streaming this? The sheep hasn't shown up again. I mean, now he has, but...
やっちまったな、大将。また厄介なことになったな。さあ、今回のバッドエンド9。題して、ちえみの名前が超反応して謎。手に入ったキー6の中身と、それを使える場所の関係を
There was no love in the way you
シナリオチャート
killed
でよく見
him.
てんな。
Because every time I kill him, it's filled with love. Oh, what's that? Oh, there's like a line from Uminaku it's like something like, oh, it's something like our relationship isn't just like about killing each other, it's about love or something along those lines.
4、潜入の9、尋問の回答はに戻りつつ、他のキーを探すんだ。
I think I have to enter Yasumizu through Kami Fujiyoshi to participate in the feast. I managed to spin a good light of the local cup, but he suddenly changed when I said Chiyomi's name and kicked me out of the village. I was swallowed by mist afterwards. And it seems like I got in an accident and died. I wonder how the people of Kami Fujiyoshi see her. In any case, saying her name won't do. I need to come up with a different way. Okay.
そこまでかな。今回はそう。
で、なんで来た？
Okay, I got lost.
バイク旅行中に道に迷いまして。
It's true. I just told him the truth. There's nothing shady about that, and telling him some cheap lies would only make him suspicious.
本当か？
He put on a threatening tone. I really wish he didn't stare at me like that. What, did he expect me to fall for him?
本当ですよ。もう何時間も山の中を迷ってて、ようやく見つけたコンビニで、やっとここのことを知って。
コンビニ？勧めたか？ここに来いと。
She hadn't told me to go to Kami Fujiyoshi, but she had told me about Yasumizu. Maybe did pass the point. I think you can go until you have 3 keys. Okay. I just tell the truth until the end.
なんか山の中に地図にない集落があるとか言われて、そこはちょっとって言ってこっちを教えてもらったんです。
そりゃ奇妙な話だな。
あったんですかね、集落。
さあ、知らん。
That was clearly an act. He looked away. Man, this guy was honest.
わかった。本当に何でもないんだな。
There's lots of things special about him. He's cute. That's it.
ええ。
そうか。ま、こんな夜中に出歩いて疑われるようなことはもうせんようにな。
I'd have appreciated an apology for treating me with so much suspicion, but I had more important things to talk about.
なのですみませんが、一晩止めていただけないかと。
よし、道を教えてやろう。
え？
いえ、もうヘトヘトでして。
I'm so tired. Oh, I'm so sleepy.
そう言っとる間は大丈夫だ。
実はガソリンが。
俺の原付の分けてやろう。
ああ、気分が悪くなってきた。
そうか。早く行った方がいいな。
何かあるんですか？
何もない。
He wasn't even looking at my eyes as he said that. He got on his scooter and saw me off until the crossroads. Man, what a great guy. I didn't expect him to go this far. Yeah, right. Why the hell did he want me out so badly? Well, at least the rain stopped. This was the only good thing about this. Was this some special time of the year when the presence of outsiders was bad? Was it worth chasing me out even if it seemed unnatural? That seemed like a decent guess. Baby goo. Even if the myths hadn't shown up for decades now, if the legends were deeply rooted in local culture, there would still be related traditions alive. Or maybe he was sure something bad was gonna happen. Maybe he's also in the loop. Maybe he's actually Haruaki from like 1 million loops in the future. Was he on the side that'd make it happen? Did they have a means to create such dense mist? Mists happen when the air cooled and the water vapor in the air couldn't stay gaseous. It was basically small water droplets. The mechanism by which they worked could be easily replicated in a lab. They even did it on educational TV, though I found it hard to believe they could reproduce a scale vast enough to hide an entire settlement. They'd need some device that'd no doubt be large and heavy, and it'd have to be in the Saranaga Rapids of all places. Though I'd only been to Saranaga when I couldn't see anything, either because it was at night or misty. If the mist was made by some huge machine put there by Kamifujiyoshi people, I'd be really pissed to say the least. Though Takumi-san did say he'd had to pick up corpses from Saranaga. Even if it was forbidden ground, it wasn't likely they could just install a device like that there without anyone noticing. That was how it was in some novel, wasn't it? The corpse was there to begin with, but they just couldn't perceive it. I'd have liked to believe in something a tad more realistic. In the end, I had to keep going toward the area called Kachihara. What lyrics are this? Is this? Or do you suddenly want to marry Goo? Maybe I'd get to rest there? If I returned the next day, the cop would surely snap at me. Would I even go back? The fatigue was getting the better of me. I knew it was a good idea to stop, but no, I actually didn't know it. I wasn't able to think straight. Girl, the mist! Girl! Girl, the mist! Girl! Watch out! Nice officer! I don't think he's nice. No. Let me menu. 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 I don't think I am gonna stream Bad Father today. Bad Father? Mad Father. Mad Father. Insecure in his sexuality, officer. Oh, Trisket, hello, hello, hello. We're just, I may be in a section of the game that I'm not actually allowed to stream. But I'm gonna get to a point soon where I'm gonna have to stop streaming because it asks you to stop at a certain point, and I might be past that point already, but I don't really know, so, yeah. Pyrite, do you think you could actually look into when it's gonna tell me to stop, or if that was my warning and like I'm just expected to stop after the choice? Cause I don't wanna I see. The game asks you like to stop streaming past a certain point because they want people to experience it for themselves, and I'm respecting it because it's an indie game and shrugs. I'm happy to play it on my own. I'm planning to play it while I'm on a trip to the UK. Yeah. I think I have to enter Yasumizu through. I was arrested by a local cop, kicked me out of Fujiyoshi before I'd even had a chance to get in. Well, I missed afterwards. People got an accident, died, said the wrong things, and you come up with different. Okay. Ah, okay.
De, なんで来た
I'm here for you. Snap! Boy. Just for infiltration, you entering the village. After you've unlocked this. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that seems right. That seems like. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Okay, well, I'll unlock this choice and then we'll see. We'll go a little bit until it stops me, or if I'm like, okay, this is definitely way too far in, you know? Yeah. Snap.
何でもいいじゃないですか
Pat, 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 pat. He's so cute. Angry growling chihuahua. True. Oh, I'm gonna get dizzy. I'm gonna get dizzy. Oh. Haruaki freak it. Alien gulp noises. Pew, 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 pew.
ここは日本だこの自由があるいつ何時どこにいようが僕の自由だろこらなんだ貴様おらいい加減こっちは死に飽きてんだ戻ろうがなんだろうが死ぬのも結構辛いんだぞこら
Guys, he's so cute. He's so cute. I need to smooth the crease between his eyebrows. Stop doing that. You don't need to be angry.
これタグゴレどうせこのルートもダメなんだ今なんだ裸踊りでもしちゃったのかいい趣味だな神様やれこれクソこれつべこべ言わずに止めさせ
No, don't do that. I will be able to show it on stream.
入らせろうわ
Whoa!
暴れ出したなんだこいつもしもしもしもし了解射殺します
Don't do that. I love him so much. We proceeded to snap and get shot. Even I don't know what I said. What the hell was that? There's only so far I can take a joke. Anyway, I need to come up with a different way. Didn't realize you were in America. Damn, yeah. He started talking about his freedoms and then he got shot by a cop. Let's watch the hint corner. I'm curious.
やっちまったな。まあ、ヒントを一応言っとくか。今回のバッドエンド10、題して謎展開でしゃ。まあ、ノリはともかく、警官に力押しはまずいってことで、一つ納得してやってくれ。
Haruaki was just matching his attitude.
今回、キー7が手に入ったってことで、ようやく駐在のおっさんを攻略する材料が揃ったことになるな。
Oh no. Yeah.
3個のキーで開く選択肢は
Private loop now.
潜入の9
Alright.
入村方法はだ間違えんなよ
Yeah, it is an old game.
そういう
I think let's just go through the choice and then we'll stop.
ここまでよあれだ今のはそれだ、つまり正確にはこの後選択肢が出るまでは大丈夫だからぼちぼち挨拶やら何やらの準備をしといてくれ
Mm.
ようやくか。
Okay, okay, alright, okay, alright. Okay. Okay. Oh man, well, it would appear we're at the end of the loop. We're at the end of the loop. Oh man, I'm really enjoying this game. I'm like, I wish that I could keep streaming it, and I could, but also I kind of can't. Because I'm also going away and I want to play this game. I need to know, I need haruaki. Ending loop. Yeah. It's so sad. It's so sad. So, yeah, let me, the thinking thinker. I might maybe be able to stream on Friday. I can't stream tomorrow. I got school. I may be able to do like a stream or two, like on like Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. But my gig is coming up very soon, and I really shouldn't be too distracted. I don't know. So yeah, my last like stream of the year probably. I mean, I could stream on Friday. Yeah, well, I will have a like audio recording, and I'll see if my friend will let me share some of it. And yeah, so I might be able to share a little bit of how it goes. But yeah, so yeah, I could show you that one privately, Zon. Because there's like there's a bunch of other people in that band, and they don't know I don't talk to them about my streaming, so but yeah. So I don't want to stop raging my loop. But I gotta stop raging my loop. I'm gonna miss you, loop. They don't know I'm Wazigoo. Respectful loop, yeah. Thank you so much for coming to my loop streams. I'm excited to play more of this. So in my Discord, I am gonna I think I will make a Discord, like a channel in there where I can talk about Raging Loop for any loopers in chat. And like I said before, I will spoilers, or should I do a loop chat? Is so the loopers, I mean, loop, I could just talk to Nectarine and Pirate about it, or even just Pirate, because I don't know where Nectarine's up to. If there's some demand for loop chat, I'll make loop chat. Oh, you fully looped? Ah, okay. The looper, yeah, but I will, yeah, okay. I'll figure it out. Ah, I thought Nectarine was partway through the game for some reason. Oh well. Man, loop. I'm reaching my loop. I'm looping my rage. Okay, yeah, we're gonna stop the stream here. Is there anyone that I want to raid? Uh, 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 let's see. I can raid the person who I keep raiding. Oh, it's this game. Okay. We're gonna. Okay, where'd my chat go? My chat just. Stop your bike. No bike? I stopped my bike. Okay. We are gonna raid Corrigan. I don't know how the name's said, but I've raided them a few times. We're gonna raid them. Cause they're always streaming when I stop streaming. Okay. Bike is over, loop is over. No more loop ever in the history of loop. I'm very excited to play more loop. Yeah. It's really good. I really enjoy it. Huh? Huh? Oh, okay. We're gonna raid. Thank you everyone for coming, and I will probably stream again before I leave for my trip. Yeah, it's time to Wazzy go. So long. Yay.